reborn back to the day he contracted with the beast tamer. But I saw the campus beauty Liu Ruyan in her arms. He was holding the lowest level black soul beast. In that instant I was reborn as Liu Ruyan. In my previous life I tried to please the campus beauty Liu Ruyan. He even offered the lord level beast Ice Snow Wolf King worth tens of millions. But after she accepted it, then he turned around and made me contract a lowest level black soul beast. But unexpectedly, this black soul beast, it actually allowed me to do so in just 10 years. He became the #1 war god of Daxia. But just as I was besieged by the 9 great demon gods, Liu Ruyan not only refused to help. Instead, they stabbed me in the back, all just to get rid of me so I can be with his first love forever. But fate couldn't stand it and gave me a chance to be reborn. The willows are like smoke. Is this your choice this time? So, this time I will do as you wish. A faint curve appeared at the corner of my mouth. Because only I know the price this beast has paid for its growth. At this point, many teachers and students also noticed Liu Ruyan. No way. Is the campus beauty Liu planning to contract with the Black Soul Beast? The Black Soul Beast is a trash beast tamer. I don't want to give it to you for nothing. How could there still be a candidate? You have to know Liu Ruyan is the most promising. A student who entered the top 5 beast taming academies of Daxia for further study. How? Before they could even speak to stop him, Liu Ruyan pressed her hand to the Black Soul Beast's forehead. A dark red light flashed by. The contract is completed. Liu Ruyan let out a long breath. Ziguang unconsciously swept toward me. She really is just as I thought. She was also reborn. Empty. This time. I am the strongest war god of Great Xia. I ignored Liu Ruyan's gaze. Instead, he placed his hand on the Ice Wolf King's head to sign the contract. This time. Let's protect all of this. Coughing sounds. The little wolf seemed to sense something and responded to you. But with that single cry, the Black Soul Beast in Liu Ruyan's arms. She was so scared she wet herself. Damn it. Liu Ruyan wished she could just throw the Black Soul Beast in her arms out. Flustered, she wiped her body clean. He turned to look at his white moonlight, Bi Yunyao, who wore a face full of grievance. Brother Yunyao, you just said that bastard Kong Kong hit you, right? Bi Yunyao covered his face and pretended to be aggrieved. Like smoke, you know. Kong Kong has always looked down on us. It's okay if he slaps me. Bastard. This made Liu Ruyan feel heartbroken. Then he grabbed Bi Yunyao and walked straight toward me. Empty. She immediately apologized to Brother Yunyao. This scene terrified the teachers nearby. At this moment, I am signing a contract with the Ice and Snow Wolf King. Once this process is interrupted, then my whole life would be ruined. Liu Ruyan had already caused the school a loss. A hope to enter a prestigious university. They absolutely won't let me be surprised at all. A tall female teacher quickly stepped in front of me to shield me. The willows are like smoke. You stand well. This person was none other than my teacher, Xiao Qingyue. But Liu Ruyan remained relentless. You step aside. Today I will make that bastard Kong Kong kneel. Just as Xiao Qingyue was about to step in and teach Liu Ruyan a lesson, suddenly, a strange golden rune appeared in the center of my brow. Then it was enveloped by a multicolored radiance. His figure slowly floated through the air. Innate mutation. This is a beast taming innate mutation. What is beast taming talent mutation? The onlookers were completely confused. Xiao Qingyue took the opportunity to begin her explanation. That is, when the Beastmaster and Beastmaster are perfectly compatible. He then elevated both sides to a whole new level. Talent elevated to a new level. Wouldn't Kong Kong's current beast taming talent be S-class? A single stone stirred up 1,000 waves. The playground erupted instantly. A wave of exclamations erupted like mountains and tidal waves. Under the gaze of thousands, the mark between my brows slowly sank into my skin. An S-rank talent? It seems to be pretty good. At that moment, a stream of information appeared in my mind. S-rank talent. Tyrant Devour. Can devour everything in the world. Gain a certain trait of the consumed item. Increases specific attributes of beast tamers. The introduction to Tyrant Devouring is simple. I read it all at once. Devours everything. Growth attributes. Isn't that just what you eat to nourish yourself? At that moment I was overjoyed. An inopportune mockery rang out. It's just an S-rank talent and a bonus. You can be this shocked. Everyone turned toward the sound. Liu Ruyan stood with her hands on her hips, her face light and relaxed. Empty. Even if your talent is upgraded to S-rank, so what? This little wolf king, Danran, had a powerful bloodline. But the wolf soul had already been damaged and damaged. Within half a year, he'll definitely become an idiot. Upon hearing this, Xiao Qingyue immediately went over to check. Xiao Qingyue's background was mysterious. From a certain beast-taming family. The teachers saw Xiao Qingyue's heavy expression. He knew Liu Ruyan was telling the truth. Some students who were jealous of me started jumping up again. Ha ha ha. No wonder Liu Ruyan, the campus beauty, didn't want this little wolf. Emotionally, Kong Kong really doesn't do anything good. But a simp is just self-indulgent. It's a perfect match. Listening to the surrounding laughter, Liu Ruyan's face lit up with joy. Just run down and tell Brother Yuntao. Perhaps I can show great mercy and cure this wolf wheezy for you. I ignored her. Instead, he just laughed to himself. The previous life. When you discover that the little wolf has a congenital defect. I stayed with Liu Ruyan to heal her. Liu Ruyan wanted to use this to threaten me. It's just a fool's dream. A defect in the soul of the little wolf. At worst, he could just swallow some medicine to heal the soul. What are you laughing at? I laugh at you for foolish dreams. The willows are like smoke. Want me to kneel down and apologize? Are you worthy? Hearing this, Liu Ruyan gritted her teeth, trembling all over. Bi Yunyao, who had been standing aside watching the drama. Seeing something was wrong, he hurried over. Empty. It doesn't matter how you treat me. But how could she curse Ruyan? Whatever it does to you, is it okay? After saying that, I raised my hand and slapped him twice. You bastard. How dare you treat Brother Yuntao like that? Since you look down on us so much. Then, in a month, during the selection of higher education institutions, dare to compare with me. Good. What a comparison. Seeing that I agreed, Liu Ruyan immediately smiled with satisfaction. If I lose, let me tell you how to treat Lang Huizi. If you lose, he must kneel and apologize to us in front of everyone. And not only that, the loser must also voluntarily cancel the beast taming contract, never to touch anything related to beast taming again. As soon as he finished speaking, everyone gasped in shock. The method of actively canceling the beast taming contract. No matter who loses, it would be tantamount to ruining their own future. Do you dare? Empty. Seeing her look so confident, I decided to give her this chance. Although he wanted to kill Liu Ruyan now, it's not much harder than crushing an ant. If so, that would be way too easy for this woman. Good. I accepted the bet empty-handed. When Bi Yunyao heard I agreed to the bet, he was reluctant. Empty. How can you be so cruel? Knowing full well that Ruyan is no match for you, and he agreed to the bet. You are deliberately trying to destroy her. Hearing this, almost everyone felt deeply sorry for Liu Ruyan. It is, with such a bloodline gap, even my grandma could win. Kong Kong is really ruthless. Is this what it means to love but not have it? If you don't get it, you will destroy it. But to Liu Ruyan, these words were extremely harsh. That's it again. It was this annoying Lianfan again. Does everyone really believe that I, Liu Ruyan, am destined to be inferior? As the surrounding sounds gradually faded away, I finally spoke slowly. Everybody. I don't think I was the one who proposed this bet first. Kiosk. Empty. I will definitely prove it to everyone. I, Liu Ruyan, will definitely surpass you. Liu Ruyan's voice was cold and clear, as if she was destined to win. She picked up the Black Soul Beast. I had already made a training plan in mind, but before she could leave, I rushed ahead and stopped her. Liu Ruyan was confused. In her puzzled gaze, I said calmly, something that belongs to me. It's time to pay it back, right? Her gaze locked onto the bracelet on her wrist. Beside him, Bi Yunyao immediately tightly covered Liu Ruyan's wrist. No way, absolutely not. This bracelet was a soul artifact beast-taming bracelet worth $1 million. There was not only a beast-taming space inside. It can increase the growth speed of beast-tamers by 10%. She pushed Bi Yuntao's hand away and handed it back to me. Your stuff. My talent is not rare. Let's go. Then she took Bi Yunyao and tried to leave. Wait a minute. And what else? Empty. I know. These are just tactics you use to get my attention. You should dye this heart as soon as possible. I, Liu Ruyan, will never like you. And I was under the watchful eyes of everyone. He simply uttered a few words. The willows are like smoke. Do you think your affection is worth much to me? Liu Ruyan was nearly driven mad by his words. He immediately grabbed his own designer bag from the table. He poured everything out right in front of me. Return you. Give it all back to you. Soon all sorts of small items clattered and fell all over the floor. From large items exclusive to beast tamers. From small items to sanitary pads. Truly has everything you could want. You step away from that pile of expensive gifts. All these things are dirty. Someone can throw it away for me. Empty. Good. You're fine. Let's go. After saying this, Liu Ruyan quickly pulled Bi Yunyao away. Seeing this, I sneered inwardly. Then I skillfully put on the beast-taming bracelet. Wear it on your wrist to activate the owner recognition function. Just try the effect. I summoned my meager soul power. He poured it into the beast-taming bracelet. The little wolf's message also appeared before my eyes. The beast-taming Ice Snow Wolf King in its juvenile stage. Bloodline Lord level. Attributes. Beast type. Ice type. Level Battle Servant 1 star. Innate skill Wolf King Will Beginner. It provides a certain boost in combat power. Normal skill Bite. Juvenile Beast Taming Instinct attack skills have limited power. Little one Let's go home. Xiao Qingyue stood where she was, watching my departing figure. Unconsciously he was a bit dazed. This child might bring a different kind of surprise to the world. At that moment, a luxury car was parked right on time at the school gate. The car window rolled down. Sitting in the car was a middle-aged man. Empty. I heard you contracted with beast tamers today. Where's your beast tame? Why don't you bring it out? Is it because he can't show his skills? Even if you contract with a trash beast tamer, it's fine. Later, Yuntao would become a powerful beast tamer. Just follow him. This man is my family's driver. He is also Bi Yuntao's father, Bi Yunyao. I ignored him and sat directly in the back seat. Drive. Bi Yunyao was taken aback by his words. Miss Ruyan and young Master Yuntao haven't arrived yet. Let's wait a bit. Empty. Did he have a fight with Ruyan? You say you are true. Miss Ruyan. Young Master Yuntao is a sensible child. You really should learn from them. I patiently repeated it again. I say, drive. But the middle-aged driver remained unmoved. He kept scolding himself. You kid is really true. How can you be so immature? I can tell you. You have to treat Yuntao well. Otherwise, Yuntao might become successful in the future. But there are times when you cry, listening to the endless stream of plurk discs in his ears. I'm really fed up. Bi Yunyao. Am I giving you some face? You're just a driver for my family, and you deserve to boss me around. I got out of the car and brought Bi Yunyao out. From now on, you are expelled. Then he stepped on the gas and drove off. Hearing that he was fired, Bi Yunyao actually broke down in tears. Finished. It's all over. At this moment, Liu Ruyan and Bi Yuntao walked out of the school gate. There were quite a few classmates following him. Bi Yuntao saw someone familiar. The figure sat on the ground, clutching his head and weeping bitterly. His smile instantly froze on his face. He quickly sent away the followers. At night, Yunding Tiangong waited for me to reserve a spot. Let's all get together. Bi Yuntao didn't want to ruin his image as a rich young master. After everyone had left, he hurried over to Bi Yunyao. What's going on with you? Yuntao, you're finally here. That kid Kong Kong actually dared to fire me. Bi Yunyao was sniffling and crying. He exaggerated the story and scolded me dozens of times. Bi Yuntao's face turned ashen. His face extremely grim. Empty. How dare you do that? At that moment Liu Ruyan also walked over. Is it that bastard again? Bi Yunma saw Liu Ruyan as if she had seen her savior. Like smoke. You must help me. If I lose this job, our whole family is over. Bi Yuntao also looked at Liu Ruyan hopefully. This, like smoke. You see. Uncle. Don't worry. It didn't take long. I will let Kong Kong do everything to him. Pay the price you deserve. Meanwhile I had just returned home. Then I heard Grandpa's angry voice coming from inside the house. Girl. Although your marriage was arranged by us two old folks. But that little rascal has been getting more and more outrageous lately. If you don't like it, it is fine to just abandon it here. My little rascal. He truly lacks talent. Not worthy of you. At that moment, Jixia inside the room didn't see me at the door. Yo, the little sycophant is back. Hearing this, I couldn't help but twitch the corner of my mouth. This statement was not very aggressive, but deeply regretful. Looking at her stunning face filled me with memories. In his previous life he was known as the Red Luan war god. She is also the only female war god among the great Xiao war gods. I always knew I had a marriage contract with Ji Shima, but in his previous life he had only met Han Liao a few times. But at the moment I was gravely injured and near death. She walked through the air in a red outfit. Kong Kong, you can't die. I won't let you die. What followed was a desperate scream. The sound of heart-wrenching cries. After that I lost all memories. At that moment the old man also saw me. His face immediately darkened. I rushed over and hugged him tightly. Grandfather, I can see you again. That's nice. And Grandpa casually pressed me down onto the sofa. Pulling out septuals is a fierce beating. Little bastard. You also know to come back. Seeing this, Ji Shima quickly spoke up to stop him. Grandpa Jiang, you are depressed. Girl, it didn't scare you. You don't understand. This bastard just can't become a player unless he plays well. Not. Grandpa Jiang, your health isn't good. It is not appropriate to be agitated. Grandfather, I was wrong. It's really wrong. There are still guests here. I asked knowing it was obvious. This is. Grandpa immediately glared at me when he heard this. What guests? Call me sister. You two still have an engagement agreement. Look at your sister Ji Shima. I was admitted last year. Not to mention the Vermilion Bird Academy, one of the 5 supreme beast taming academies. At such a young age, he's already a gold-level beast tamer. Look at you again. All day long is just to make things difficult for me. Still copying others and being a simp. Hearing this, I immediately became displeased. Grandfather, I'm not some simp. And also, you know so well I can't get into the 5 supreme beast taming academies. Seeing Grandpa about to get angry again, Jishima quickly responded. It seems that you are very confident, penis. Subsequently, I saw Jishima walk up to me. A fiery red bracelet appeared on his right wrist, radiating dazzling flames. Come out, Ekame. A sudden red flame suddenly appeared in the living room, flames rising fiercely. A little bird like a phoenix soared into the sky, flying behind Jishima. He wanted to enter the 5 supreme academies. It's not just about words. My fire skylark is a lord-level bloodline. Brother, what about your beast taming? Jishima playfully glanced at her. A hint of teasing was revealed. My little wolf isn't weak either. It chirped with a chirp. The little wolf cub landed on all fours with a thud. Standing firmly in front of me, Jishima was stunned for a moment. Clearly, he hadn't expected that the beast I contracted with would actually be the Ice Snow Wolf King. She turned her head to look at the old man in confusion. Didn't they say the Wolf King was giving it away? Under the shocked gazes of the two, I revealed the golden pattern on my brow. Jishima was stunned like a wooden chicken, instantly frozen in place. S-rank talent. Even the well-informed grandfather was shocked. Talented. I knew you must be a genius. Ancestors bless. Our Jiang family is finally about to produce someone extraordinary. At that moment, I leaned in close to Jishima, looking utterly annoyed. My beast tamer. This talent. It's just SOSO. You say yes. Look at me like that. Jishima was amused with anger. You are talented. It seems quite impressive. Jishima's voice carried an unprecedented sense of amazement. Can you show me how to use it? I did the math. Ji-Jen nodded immediately. Do you have any materials on you that the little wolf can use? Anything will do. Jishima shook her head. I don't have any cryo materials on me. Her fire skylark is a fire-type beast, completely opposite to the little wolf cub. I have. Grandpa smiled and raised his hand. Hand me the first rescue space ring. Then the lines on my brow reappeared. Then let me see the power of this S-rank talent. At this moment, I took out the ice crystal that Xiaolang had cultivated. Its eyes immediately shot golden light. With the blessing of my talent, the ice crystals melted at a speed visible to the naked eye. It transformed into a pure energy that flowed into the little wolf's body. About half an hour, the energy within that ice crystal, it was completely absorbed by the little wolf. It turned into a pool of water. Such a domineering, devouring force. I bet the whole process firsthand. Jishima covered her mouth in shock. Although these ice crystals are common ice-type beast taming materials, but for a 1-star servant beast tamer, even for a beast like the little wolf whose bloodline has reached lord-level level, it would take at least 3 to 4 hours to fully absorb the ice crystals. What exactly is your talent? Tyrant's Devour. I was equally shocked. The effect of the Tyrant's Devour. It was completely beyond my expectations. Grandfather, I'm heading to the training hall first. Without hesitation, I picked up the little wolf. He ran toward the training hall behind the manor. It was just that short time. I can clearly feel my own constitution. His soul power had greatly increased. Ji Xiaowei watched your departing figure and fell into deep thought. How? Still just as I remember, nothing has changed. He really knows how to be a simp. Now the entire training hall was empty. Even the cleaners are off work. It was just right for the quiet. No one bothered me. I found a place to sit down. He took inventory of the materials in the spatial ring. There were as many as 500 or 600 ice crystals. When everything is ready, I calmed my mind and focused. Activate the Tyrant's Devouring technique. The breeding of the little wolf began. As time slowly passed, Xiaolong's strength was also gradually increasing. 3 stars of fallen soldiers. 1 night passed. After absorbing the energy of more than 10 ice crystals, Xiaolong's strength was firmly established at the level of a 3-star battle servant. Even the Hue type has grown quite a bit taller. He became even more striking. My strength has also advanced to Black Iron 3-star. Call. Fortunately, he was young. Otherwise, this kind of high-intensity cultivation, it's really not something most people can handle. I didn't sleep all night. I looked a bit listless. Right now, practical training can also be prepared. Walk. We go to school. As soon as he saw me approaching, Bi Yunyao immediately jumped up. Empty. Why are you doing this? After his father, Bi Yunyao, was fired, he didn't want his rich second-generation image exposed. Early in the morning, I arrived at the car rental shop, wanting to rent a luxury car to save face. Who would have thought that when swiping the card, unlimited credit cards are instantly voided. Not a single cent can be sold. This really infuriated Bi Yunyao. He didn't dare make a big deal out of it. Deliberately lowered his voice. Why did you stop the black card? Oh, so this thing is with you, but whether I stop or not is none of your business. Empty. You. At this moment Liu Ruyan chimed in beside him. Empty. I really wasn't mistaken all along. You've always been so selfish and despicable. Oh yo, Liu Ruyan, do you think you're some kind of good person? She was just about to lose her temper. The bell for class rang. Xiao Qingyue also quickly walked in from outside the classroom. The class monitor counted the number of people. 5 minutes later we gathered at the playground. Liu Ruyan said helplessly. He could only get up and say hello. Then he shot me a fierce glare. Begin counting the head. 5 minutes later. All the students of Class 1, Grade 3 gathered on the playground. Xiao Qingyue stood at the front of everyone and spoke meticulously. After a night of familiarity, I suppose you've developed a good relationship with your own beast tamers. The next time, everyone picked opponents for practical training. Some tips about combat. I will also teach you gradually in the coming days. Do you understand? And the clear self-resolve. Seeing the students full of energy, Xiao Qingyue nodded in satisfaction. Disband. As Xiao Qingyue finished speaking, the students quickly dispersed. He began simple combat training with his beasts tamed. Soon, the students gathered in small groups. They began to command their respective beasts into battle. Strangely, not a single person came looking for me. The reason? Even with a thought, I know it's Bi Yunyao, that bastard causing trouble. Does this count as bullying? I sneered. I walked alone to the edge of the playground and sat down. He summoned the little wolf out of his beast-taming bracelet. Under the sun. The little wolf's paws reflected icy light and snowy hues. It was as strange as if it were shining on a piece of ice crystal. Absorbed so much ice elemental power. Is the inheritance power in his bloodline about to activate? I couldn't help but feel a surge of joy. Beasts with high bloodlines like the little wolf, ordinary abilities are inherited in their bloodline. I pointed to a training stake on the side and gave instructions. Little wolf attacks with claws. Toll. Xiaolang growled lowly. He started scratching at the training stake. At that moment Xiao Qingyue walked over. Looks like you get along pretty well with this little wolf. Hearing the sound, I hurriedly greeted them. Teacher Xiao. Not bad. It's just a child. Very well behaved. Xiao Qingyue covered her mouth and chuckled softly upon hearing this. You're just a kid, aren't you? Why are you sitting here alone? Not to complain to classmates. I just smiled and said nothing. Just playing house like this. I'm not interested either. Seeing that I didn't speak, Xiao Qingyue frowned to herself. I went back and checked. This situation is quite special. How about I ask my teacher to come and take a look for you? Teacher Xiao. Thank you for your concern. I sincerely thanked him. I could tell Xiao Qingyue really wanted to help me. At this moment, a dull sound rang out on the playground. This was followed by a series of praises from the students. Wow. No wonder he was called Bai Xiao. 10 consecutive wins. It's amazing. Is that, in the hands of Bai Xiao, even a palm bear with elite bloodline could take on 10 opponents at once. Amid the hype of the spotlight, Bi Yunyao was so proud he was about to fly up to the sky. Liu Ruyan stood to the side, her pretty face slightly flushed. Transform into the cheerleading captain. The two of them looked at me at the same time, showing great chemistry. So what if my card was stopped? Everyone still revolves around me. This is the man I have my eye on. Can you do it? Rubbish. I ignored their gazes. He continued watching the little wolf train. Click. The wooden stakes fell straight to the ground. At the base of that wooden stump, there were also scattered ice fragments. Meanwhile, the skill section on Xiaolong's attribute panel. There have also been some changes. Crampons. The power hidden within the bloodline of the Ice and Snow Wolf King. Attacks deal ice-type damage. Can inflict frostbite on enemies. The bloodline power activated so quickly. This really surprised me. Looking at the still-spirited little wolf, I suddenly had an idea. Teacher Xiao. I think the bond with my classmates. The region deserves further development. In Xiao Qingyue's confused expression, I led Xiaolang step by step to stand in front of Bi Yunyao. I'm here to play with you too. Empty. Why are you here? Many people were quite surprised by my sudden appearance. Didn't I say it? Come play with you. Ow. The famous young Master Bai is really afraid of me. Fart. I'll be afraid of you. But as soon as he said it, he regretted it. You have to know, my beast is Lord level. And his palm bear? But it's an elite level bloodline. Same. Among classmates. Talking about the question of whether you're afraid or not. Bi Yunyao hurried back to make up for it. Everyone is classmates. We must live in harmony. Don't hurt the harmony. Harmony. Enough nonsense. I couldn't be bothered to listen to Bi Yuntao's vague excuses. Little wolf. Xiaolang was moved by these words. He bent down slightly and gathered his strength, taking a fighting stance. Empty. What are you doing? Of course, I'll treat you to your favorite big slap. At this moment, Bi Yunyao faced my challenge. She was so scared her legs went weak. Tech. I don't care about him. Directly waved his hand. The little wolf shot out like an arrow released from a bow. Block it. Hurry and block it. This sudden attack left his mind in complete chaos. He frantically commanded the palm bear in battle. But the suppression of the little wolf bloodline. The palm bear cowled up like a big mouse. The next second he was sent flying backward. Draw a graceful parabola on the playground. The battle happened too quickly. It ended too quickly. The crowd of onlookers hadn't yet reacted. Then the gulping of saliva followed one after another. Syllable. A crisp slap sounded. The silence on the playground was instantly shattered. Everyone came back to their senses. He saw Bi Yuntao's face, still swollen and ashen. Another big slap. One on each side is quite symmetrical. What grade? Just now, you were worthy of making faces in front of me. Remember. From now on, when you see me, I'll just tuck my tail between my legs. I was satisfied and walked back with the little wolf. Then came a sharp, almost pinched scream. With choked sobs, the voice echoed across the playground. Teacher Xiao. Look at him. This time, Bi Yunyao was honest. Knowing that calling Liu Ruyan was useless, he directly complained to Xiao Qingyue. Hearing this, I turned around and stared at him with a face full of expression. You haven't been weaned yet? I turned back again. He saw Xiao Qingyue walking over with a dark face. Empty. Come here. Xiao Qingyue glared at me and led me to the edge of the playground. 3 stars of fallen soldiers. You are quite powerful. Hey. Return to the line. I chuckled. No one knew exactly what Xiao Qingyue wanted to say. The reason Xiao Qingyue did not instruct me. It was because she saw through Xiaolong's strength. He was already at the level of a beast tamer, at least 6 stars of a war servant. What surprised Xiao Qingyue the most was, Youngle's wolf claw attacks actually carry ice element damage. So what is an attribute attack? Sakrampan. The bloodline power of the little wolf. Attacks inflict frostbite effects. Bloodline power? It's really not simple. Wait a minute. Frostbite effect. Suddenly, Xiao Qingyue's face changed dramatically, as if she had just recalled something. But the next second, Bi Yuntao's heart-wrenching sobs echoed through. Bear tyrant. My bear overlord. You can't die. Look at the good things you do. She glared at me irritably. He quickly ran over to Bi Yuntao's side. At this moment, the palm bear was still lying motionless on the ground. Bi Yunyao slumped beside the palm bear, crying non-stop. He carefully observed the situation of the palm bear. Only then did Xiao Qingyue finally breathe a sigh of relief. It was a slight frostbite. Get out of the way. After dispersing everyone, she clasped her hands together. A complex hand seal appeared in his palm. It refracts a vibrant green energy radiance. With Xiao Qingyue's treatment, the chill on the palm bear's chest was slowly fading. I stood behind Xiao Qingyue, exclaiming in amazement. It was actually a healing soul skill. It's really rare. Soul skills are the same as those of beast tamers. These are skills that beast tamers can use through soul power. However, using soul skills places very high demands on beast tamers. Generally, only silver-level beastmasters can use it. As for healing soul skills, the requirements are even higher. Their strength must be at least platinum level or above. After a moment, the palm bear let out a low growl. He woke up quickly. It stood up and patted its chest in a humanized manner. A wolf howl echoed through the air. The palm bear reacted like a stress reaction. He fell straight to the ground. But judging by the situation, most likely it was hard. This. Xiao Qingyue turned her head. I glanced at the little wolf standing at my feet, looking very pleased with its head up. Teacher Xiao. Look at him. He is too much. Bi Yunyao was furious. He couldn't even care about the fainted palm bear. He looked at Xiao Qingyue with bloodshot eyes. At this moment, Xiao Qingyue was also extremely troubled. Hesitate for a moment. Xiao Qingyue pretended to criticize me. Among classmates, we should get along well. How can you hit someone? Such. What do you ask for? You can talk to the teacher. Even if it was Kong Kong classmate speaking, I believe he wouldn't refuse either. I refused. Hey, Teacher Xiao. Let me handle this matter. I gave Xiao Qingyue a reassuring look. Bi Yunyao tried to play pitiful and complain again. But before I could finish, I interrupted him. I hit you. What? Bi Yunyao, if you really have a bit of backbone, you can fight back right in front of everyone. I continued. But he wanted me to apologize. There are no doors. Speaking of which, A cold smile appeared at the corner of my mouth. Or you can also pray that Liu Ruyan will win the bet. I'm telling you, I'm not done with you today. You wait. I'll do it now. Now what is it? Bi Yunyao, did you forget that I said that? Keeping your tail between your legs in front of me. Still is. You want to hear me tell the story of how I just fired a driver. The words fell. Bi Yunyao's face was utterly miserable. Cold sweat poured down in large drops. It felt as if his tail had been stepped on. Bi Yunyao lowered his head and softly softened his voice. Just pretend it didn't happen. Teacher Xiao, look. Perfectly solved. Xiao Qingyue felt as if a crow was flying overhead, leaving a black line. Let this little episode of mine pass. The students started forming their own teams again. Conduct simple practical training. I returned to the edge of the playground, but couldn't help but frown. Logically, Liu Ruyan shouldn't be so silent. This time, from beginning to end, Liu Ruyan was quiet and unusual. He didn't even stand up for Bi Yunyao. Meanwhile, on Liu Ruyan's side, after Palm Bear was defeated, she kept observing the injuries on the Palm Bear. Damn it. This bastard actually spent only one night. Let that wolf advance from foolish wolf to 3 stars of the battle servant. He also mastered crampons. Liu Ruyan unconsciously clenched her fists. In her previous life, the little wolf was her beast companion. She knew all too well everything about little wolf can perform crampons. This means that, on the little wolf, I have already activated my bloodline power. This cultivation speed was completely beyond her expectations. Even now, her black soul beast is still a 1-star battle servant. That bastard has the Jiang family backing him. The resources I can mobilize are beyond what I can compare. No way. Can't go on like this. Liu Ruyan's expression was gloomy, as if she had made up her mind. He walked over to Xiao Qingyue and shouted loudly, Teacher Xiao, I think this kind of real combat, it completely fails to provide any training effect. Take us to the wilderness for training. Liu Ruyan's voice was loud, deliberately so everyone can hear. Field. I've heard that the wilderness is full of bloodthirsty demon beasts. It was very unstable. People die all the time. What's going on with class leader Liu? Why suddenly go out into the wild? Isn't that good? Many people strongly resisted Liu Ruyan's proposal. I immediately understood Liu Ruyan's little scheme. So this was the plan. He wanted to go out into the wild and take that kind of thing. To catch up with my pace. The previous life. In the wilderness of the Ziyun Mountains, there is a special material called ambergrit, able to quickly level up your beast taming level.
当初毕云涛以柳如烟生日为由
He tricked me into wanting to personally retrieve the unique Ziyun ore from the mountains. He carved out a heart for Liu Ruyan as a gift. I don't know what's going on. There was actually an elite-level magical beast guarding nearby. If I hadn't run fast, that time he died at its hands. Liu Ruyan saw Xiao Qingyue and was about to refuse. Teacher Xiao, you don't have to rush to refuse. Listen to me first. As far as I know, a crystal vein was discovered in the Ziyun Mountains outside the base city. Military personnel have been stationed there continuously. We just don't go too deep. There will be no danger. Most importantly, there are many materials nearby for training beast tamers. Let's just collect a few at random. This can save a significant amount of money on training beasts. That last sentence made everyone change their minds. Only Xiao Qingyue remains. Just as Xiao Qingyue was about to refuse again, I stepped forward at just the right moment. Teacher Xiao, go out into the wild. Xiao Qingyue was feeling annoyed. My demeanor of the cross appeared before me. Her head was about to explode. I haven't cleaned you up yet. Why add chaos to the situation? But that's what they say. But she was indeed moved by Liu Ruyan's words. She knew the class gap best than anyone. Back then, she also relied on her own unyielding spirit. He fought his way up from among a group of genius beast tamers. Amid everyone's pleas, Xiao Qingyue finally gave in. I really can't do anything about you. Wait, I'll go apply to the principal first. About half an hour later, Xiao Qingyue hurried back, with a smile on his face. It instantly drew everyone's attention. Look at what I'm doing. Everyone is ready. We'll set off in a bit. Moment. The cheers were deafening and echoed throughout the entire school. Okay. Teacher Xiao is the best. Soon we took the coach to the city gate. All right. Learn from them. Since we've decided to go out into the wild. Those related matters. I also need to mention it. This is a field combat training. This is the special training for our senior third-year class. It lasts for 10 days. During this period, I hope everyone remembers the discipline. No leaving the team without permission. Otherwise, no matter who it is, I will punish them severely and dispatch troops to the frontier. At this moment, whatever Xiao Qingyue said sounded like an imperial edict. One by one, they nodded wildly like pecking chicks. She was incredibly well-behaved. Truly, those who don't know are fearless. I shook my head and chuckled softly. Then he took out his phone to report to Grandpa. This special training session lasted quite a while. So the old man wouldn't draw 7 wolves again. My butt still hurts right now. He definitely didn't want to get slapped again. For the next stretch we had to walk. Entrances and exits are responsible for registration and inspection. The staff were used to all this. The university selection is approaching. Students are organized to go out for special training in the wild. This happened every year and they were already used to it. One by one, students walked out of the city gate. Looking at the pristine forest before him, he cheered with joy. Just then, a rapid shout came from behind. Master, wait a minute. Everyone turned their heads. They saw a man riding a warhorse quickly chasing after him. The warhorse appeared before me in an instant. The man dismounted. Master, so do you? Such an important matter isn't even to be told to the old man. It made me make another trip. As he spoke, the man handed me a spatial ring. Soul repair materials are very rare. Time is too tight. I only managed to get you 3 things. Just these 3 materials. I found it in the old man's collection. The man's breathing grew a little rapid. Clearly, he'd been busy all morning. Uncle Gu, why are you in such a hurry? Didn't I say I wouldn't let Grandpa know? Why did you tell him? The man's name was Gu Zheng. He had stayed at the Zhang family for more than 10 years. You could say she grew up watching Kong Kong grow up. Gu Zheng scratched the back of his head and gave a simple, honest smile. I can't help it. You know the old man's methods well. You can still surpass him. Also, I'm sorry to trouble you this time. I'll treat you to dinner another day. After saying that, I waved my hand. Come on. You go back first. We're going to special training. He could only return after 10 days. Master, that might not work. The old man knows you're going to special training. He gave me a strict order to protect you. All right. I turned to Xiao Qingyue and asked, Teacher Xiao, you see. Okay. But all actions must follow my orders. She had noticed Gu Zheng early on. Gold-level beast tamer. That warhorse was also a wind-chasing steed of the wind system leader-level beast. His strength is quite impressive. Xiao Qingyue didn't say much. Continue to lead the way forward. Regarding Gu Zheng's involvement, some who usually follow Bi Yunyao, the students beside him were very puzzled. Bai Xiao, aren't you the young master too? Where is your bodyguard? Yes, this special training was a rare opportunity for growth. If you still need to rely on people for protection, isn't that the behavior of the weak? He found a clever excuse for himself. The students wore expressions of I see. Bai Xiao was right. We will become the men of the beast tamer in the future. How can people be protected? It is. I see some people relying on their beast taming skills. So all he could do was show off at school. If they really ran into a demon beast, who knows how scared they might be, so scared they might be in a panic. These people are acting so sarcastic here. Just need to give me my ID number. Gu Zheng led the wind-chasing Jew by my side. His expression darkened slightly. Master, you classmates. I waved my hand dismissively. It's okay. And that is the end of the clown. After walking about 10 kilometers ahead, we had fully entered the forest. Everyone be careful. We have already entered the Ziyun mountain range. Occasionally, some low-level demon beasts would appear here. Xiao Qingyue led the way and turned back to remind her. Class leader Lu, how about we take a break? If you want to go, you go. I'm not leaving. Let me catch my breath first. The boys following Bi Yunyao complained bitterly. One of the boys went straight to him and sat down to rest in a shady spot. Seeing this, the others did the same. Imitating him, he plopped down on the floor. No one noticed. A venomous snake was slowly approaching from the thicket behind. The next second, a scream, like a pig being slaughtered, echoed through the forest. Yes, my feet. It hadn't even been 3 seconds before. He saw the blonde hair foaming at the mouth and lying down on both feet. Monster. There was a monstrous beast. The others were so terrified they nearly lost their souls. Crying and struggling, rolling and crawling. It's just a little snake. And it can scare you all like this. I stood with one hand on my hip, stepping on a rock. In the other hand, he was holding a venomous snake over a meter long. Some young girls can't handle such intense sensory stimulation. His face turned pale and he fainted on the spot. The snake swung a few times in my hand and fainted. I tossed it out without caring. By coincidence, it happened to land. The boys were so scared they cried at their feet. Cha drew a chorus of crying. I curled my lips, looking utterly dejected. Who was so scared they were almost scared out of their wits. Come on. Give these men who will become beast tamers a new pair of pants. Xiao Qingyue rushed over in a hurry. What's wrong? What happened? I answered calmly. It's nothing. Teacher Xiao. It was just a little snake. I've solved it. Elder brother. You solved it again. Xiao Qingyue was half believing, half doubting, until her gaze fell on the foaming nonstop, the twitching little blonde body. That's what you call a solution. Xiao Qingyue's face darkened once again. She couldn't be bothered to argue with me, so she quickly went over to the blonde guy. Fortunately, it was just an ordinary venomous snake. There is no danger to life. She flipped her palm. He casually took out a bottle of antidote and gave it to the little yellow-haired guy to drink. In no time, the little yellow hair's expression immediately returned. A few of you, falling behind without permission. After this special training ended, each person wrote me a 3,000-word self-criticism. Several boys' faces were as pale as paper and burst into tears instantly. Just a few of them followed Bi Yunyao around idly every day. Even writing an 800-word essay is difficult, let alone a 3,000-word self-criticism. Once fully reloaded, we hit the road again. Until the afternoon, they arrived on time on a flat area 2 kilometers from the Orvane. The boys pitched their tents. Girls, come to me for ingredients. Food must be prepared before dark. After setting up the tent, I sat comfortably on the grass. No one knew what this woman had planned. It is inevitable that the night is long and there are many dreams. I'll act tonight. Retrieve the dragon's saliva stone. The day's tiring. Everyone was exhausted. He didn't care if he was full or not and just went straight to sleep. I don't know how long it took. A figure slowly approached outside my tent. Master. Just as you expected. Those 2 students left the team without permission, heading toward the vein. Uncle Gu, you hold the camp well. I'll go out. Master. If something happens, just sound the signal I gave you. I'll come over immediately. Got it. After saying that, I vanished into the darkness of the woods in an instant. At this moment, Liu Ruyan took advantage of the darkness to secretly take the dragon's saliva stone. Little did I know, as soon as they left I immediately followed. Like smoke. Is there really the special material you mentioned here? Bi Yunyao nervously glanced around. All these areas are within the military's security line. He was afraid of being discovered. Brother Yunyao, don't worry. No one will notice us. The ambergris must be here. As long as you have it. My black soul beast can grow as quickly as possible. No need to look at that bastard Kong Kong anymore. But we searched for so long. I didn't see anything. Let's go back. Otherwise, it wouldn't be good if Teacher Xiao found out. Seeing Bi Yunyao start to back out, Liu Ruyan immediately became somewhat displeased. Brother Yunyao, do you want me to lose to Kong Kong in the selection? Like smoke. That was not what I meant. Then keep looking. Liu Ruyan shot Bi Yunyao a glare. He took the black soul beast fork and slipped into an abandoned mine. Not far away I was standing on a huge rock. Seeing Bi Yunyao's timid demeanor, he immediately amused. With that little guts, he's still trying to hunt for treasure. Little wolf, let's go. I did tell Liu Ruyan back then. It came from an abandoned mine shaft in the vein. Got the ambergris stone. But as for which mine it was, Liu Ruyan had no idea. I kept going upward. Soon they arrived at the middle of the vein. In front of the faintly glowing abandoned mine. Should be here. I observed the surroundings and became secretly alert. In my previous life I stumbled upon this place by chance. Not a single magical beast was found. Not a single one was discovered. When did they turn this mine into a nest? They walked all the way to the end of the mine. I saw some tiny bats the size of palms, hanging upside down on the rock wall, asleep in a deep sleep. There were at least 50 or 60 of them packed together. All of them have the strength of a 1- or 2-star war servant. A stone that shimmered faintly. It was placed beneath those little bats. As for the elite-level bat, it was nowhere to be seen. He must have gone out to forage again. Seeing this, I finally breathed a sigh of relief. Slowly blooming it. The faintly glowing dragon saliva stone was stored in the beast-taming bracelet. Then I left as fast as I could. It wasn't until I ran into the woods far from the mine tunnel that I finally relaxed. There was clearly light here just now. Am I dazzled? But before I could leave, Bi Yunyao appeared in front of the mine tunnel, looking irritated. Bear overlord, go inside and take a look. The palm bear, having received the order, shook its big head and went inside. Not a shred of vigilance. Finished. This is a good thing. Seeing this, I cursed under my breath and ran off. Really. Before I could even take a few steps, the palm bear's terrified scream came from the mine shaft. Then the palm bear fled in panic. Behind it was a dense cluster of dark bat cubs. This idiot really killed me. My feet kept moving without looking back. I believe the bloodthirsty bat has already sensed it. He was on his way back. At that moment, a strip over 3 meters long appeared. A shadow swept past my head. It was that elite-level bat. Fortunately, Bat was focused on rushing back to the mine. Attention wasn't on me. I held onto a tree trunk and caught my breath. He glanced back. At this moment, the bat was already flapping its wings and landing in front of the mine. Faced with this sudden turn of events, Bi Yunyao was clearly unprepared and trembled with fear. He collapsed weakly to the ground. The moment he learned his treasure had been stolen, the bat instantly became wildly berserk, its celebration soaring to the sky. It furiously lunged at Bi Yunyao, bearing its gleaming white fangs. "No, brother Yunyao." At the critical moment Liu Ruyan heard the noise. He hurriedly rushed toward the bat. He took out a handful of red powder. He scattered it toward the bat. The moment you come into contact with those red powders, the bat's vision went black. The heat was so intense it was hard to keep his eyes open. Some bat hatchlings also fell one after another from midair. The powder Liu Ruyan spilled was chili powder. "Brother Yunyao, let's go." Liu Ruyan grabbed Bi Yunyao and turned to flee. In just one glance, the two of them had run dozens of meters. One head dove into the dense forest. A few minutes later, the bat's eyes were full. The stinging sensation finally eased considerably. He immediately rode off to chase after the two of them. "It's a pity. Little wolf, let's go back." The two of them ran in the opposite direction of mine. I finally relaxed completely. But in the moment I turned around, out of the corner of his eye he suddenly appeared. Several dark figures appeared in front of the mine tunnel. Several dark figures were shrouded in a shadow. Beneath the black robe, his true face was obscured. But on that black robe, it was embroidered with a white bone claw. I gasped. His eyes were filled with disbelief and shock. How could people from the Dark Church appear here? The Dark Curia originated in the West. It is an extremely dangerous organization. Evil. Crazy. They are exactly their trademark. There was a time when they rampantly recruited beast tamers from various countries. Some special beast tamers were even implanted into newborn infants. Let those babies become vessels for them to raise dark beasts. His methods were bloody. The conduct is vile and vile in conduct. It had reached a level that aroused both humans and gods. I was puzzled. What are they here for? He did his best to hide his figure behind the trees, carefully observing. They gazed at the mine for a long time. He looked again at the one being chased by Manshan. Liu Ruyan and Bi Yunyao were the two of them. One person shook his head slightly and raised his arm. A snake-like creature surging with black mist flew out at high speed. In an instant, he appeared beneath the enraged bat. He secretly exhaled a breath of black mist. Then the bat's figure trembled. The figure is shaky. His movements gradually slowed down and his speed greatly slowed. With his help, the bloodthirsty bat was able to do so for a short time. It would be very difficult to catch up to Liu Ruyan and the other person. Only then did the black-robed men finally feel completely at ease. His figure flashed and vanished again into the darkness, disappearing without a trace. This scene instantly stirred a storm in my heart. Could it have been at this time in his previous life? They set their sights on me. Other words, the Black Soul Beast appeared on the day of the contract beast taming. It was deliberately done by the Dark Church. I was still puzzled. In my previous life I was an elite level one of these. How could a bat escape death from the hands of a bat? Now it seems the Dark Church is a member of the church. He had been observing the Black Soul Beast from the shadows. He deliberately placed the ambergris here. Is it to accelerate the mutation of the Black Soul Beast? In my previous life, shortly after obtaining the ambergris stone, the Dark Church people came looking for me. And not only that, he even specifically informed me the path of the Black Soul Beast's powerful mutation and demonization. But I refused without thinking. At that time I was determined to give the Dragon Saliva Stone to Liu Ruyan. Who cares if they're strong or not? After that, the Dark Church never came looking for me again. Looking back now, it all seems premeditated. All right, the willows are like smoke. You will choose to endure the pain of being devoured and bloodthirsty, to resist the demonic aura inside the Black Soul Beast from eroding its soul, or enjoying the thrill of that powerful force and plunging into the darkness, falling into that abyss of eternal light. Thinking of this, I couldn't help but smile. There are two mutation and evolution paths for Black Soul Beasts. One is the Dark Evolution path. It allows them to master supreme dark power and grow rapidly. One is the Demon Evolution path. Every mutation, evolution will affect the bloodline of the Black Soul Beast. Strength level increases significantly. The former still possesses reason and intelligence, controlled by the Beastmaster. The latter is like an addictive poison. Every time I gain power, it will awaken the deepest greed in people's hearts, until it was swallowed by darkness. Just then, a loud shout interrupted my thoughts. Brother Yunyao, let's run quickly. I turned my head to look. Liu Ruyan was seen stumbling along with Bi Yunyao, but they rushed straight toward the direction where the flames had come from. these two new goods. It really could be deadly. The two fled in the direction of the camp where the students were resting. You have to know, except for that elite-level bloodthirsty bat, there was also a large group of bloodthirsty bat larvae chasing after him. At this moment, Liu Ruyan and Bi Yunyao were running all the way toward the camp. Clearly, they wanted to divert trouble eastward. They were almost at the camp. I fired the signal gun directly into the sky. The next moment, Uncle G's voice came through. Where did this beast come from? How dare you be fierce in front of me? The words fell. A creature about the size of a bloodthirsty bat appeared. The same wind blade shot out, with a ripping sound. In the blink of an eye, the fierce bloodthirsty bat was split in two. But before Guzheng could relax, in the pitch-black forest, large swathes of bloodthirsty bat larvae appeared, flying toward the students' tents, chasing the wind, fast. But despite the wind-chasing steed's speed, it was inevitable that some bloodthirsty bat cubs had taken advantage of the situation. Flew up to some tents. It looked like he was about to crawl in. What happened to the fork? Fortunately, at that moment Xiao Qingyue stepped out of the tent. As soon as he opened his eyes, he saw Liu Ruyan. Bi Yunyao fled to the back of the camp, looking like a wolf. There were also dozens of bloodthirsty bat larvae. They were crawling into the students' tents. But it scared her to the point of scaring her. Holy Spirit, the imperial incense was forbidden. When time, Xiao Qingyue bathed in moonlight, her whole being elevated. Purity, noble, in pristine condition. What to see? Don't come to help yet. Hearing this, I snapped back to reality. His old face flushed red as he laughed a few times. He hurriedly directed the little wolf to attack, with the control of the Holy Spirit unicorn. Little wolf and chasing Winju deal with these bloodthirsty bat cubs. It was incredibly relaxing. It was handled in no time. Such a commotion had been made. The student who had been sleeping soundly. One by one, Myphin's little heads poked out from the tent. What's wrong? What happened? After dealing with the bloodthirsty bat, Guzheng immediately ran to my side. Master, are you okay? I didn't say a word for a long time. He was staring straight in Xiao Qingyue's direction. Could it be that the young master was scared stiff? Guzheng's heart skipped a beat. With a mournful face, he anxiously waved his hand up and down in front of my eyes. Master, don't scare me, young master. You're blocking my view. It's quite informative. I smiled, secretly pleased. Then I walked up to the elite-level bloodthirsty bat. Little wolf, go check it out. I casually pointed at the little wolf, then jogged over to the side of the household. After a while, it seemed to discover something. He held a crystal the size of a broad bean in his mouth and placed it in front of me. Well done. I lowered myself and stroked it. He casually picked up the crystal and examined it. Overall, there is a faint color of blood. Master, we're pretty lucky. On the elite-level monsters, he actually managed to obtain a magical beast crystal core. Normally, on elite-level magical beasts, the chance of encountering them is less than 1 in 10,000. Luck was indeed good. Uncle Gu, you killed this bloodthirsty bat. The crystal core should belong to you too. But your wind-chasing colt is already at commander level. Let's just say I bought these crystal cores from you. I'll transfer the money to you later. Just as Guzheng was about to refuse to accept the payment, a frustrating voice sounded again in his ear. Bastard. This magical beast crystal core should be ours. Liu Ruyan walked over with an overwhelming presence. He stared intently at the magical beast crystal core in my hand. This magical beast crystal core is ours. You give it back to me, right? Empty. It's not your thing. You can't grab it. His thoughts were similar to Liu Ruyan's. I have suffered so much. If you catch nothing, that would be a huge loss. Empty. This bloodthirsty bat came here because it followed us. Without us, how could you get this magical beast crystal core? So, no matter how you calculate it, this should also be ours. The two of them took turns talking back and forth. They decided that the magical beast crystal core should belong to them. Hearing such unreasonable remarks, I was so angry I amused. Just then, I saw Xiao Qingyue walking toward the back of the crowd. An idea immediately came to mind. Bi Yunyao, what did you say? I didn't hear clearly. Hearing this, Bi Yunyao grew a bit impatient. He crossed his arms over his chest and shouted loudly. I say, that magical beast came with us. The Warcraft crystal core should also belong to us. I showed an expression that made me realize I was like that. But the mischievous smile at the corner of his mouth just wouldn't fade. The next second, a voice burning with rage rang out behind him. You said, how did that magical beast come about? Bi Yunyao turned his head. He happened to meet Xiao Qingyue's cold, sharp gaze. Shaw, Teacher Xiao, things are not what you think.